This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Brad is in Des Moines, Iowa. Hi, Brad. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Quick question. How much stake should a 32-year-old guy put in his pension fund being still around and still viable when he retires at 65?
I would actually study the history and the articles that are written about the particular pension fund. But overall, as a category, I think pension funds are safe.
They're safe. Does that take any responsibility away from me doing additional?
No.
Is that retirement savings?
No, it does not. Pension funds will underperform standard investments because of the regulation. They typically are going to yield about a 7% rate of return. And so if you put the same amount into a good growth stock mutual fund or funds in a Roth IRA, you would make well more than twice as much. Meaning you'd make 11 or 12%, 10 or 11, 12%, somewhere in there as an average rate of return. But that's a lot more than double the result of dollars then. And so very, very important that you do your own investing and not rely exclusively on a pension fund, regardless of if the pension fund is going to be there or not. I thought you were saying, is it going to collapse and I'm going to lose everything and have nothing? I doubt that's going to happen. But you definitely want to have money that you have control of, where it's invested, and you want and that you get to decide the disposition of it as you reach the retirement years. So,
what percentage of your income is going into the pension?
Well, it's all employer paid.
Oh, then you need to be putting 15% away.
And they pay into an annuity fund as well. That's growing also.
Yeah.
So
both are lame.
Both are lame, including the annuity.
Yes.
Even the annuity last year had a 20% return.
Well, the market had a 25% return.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
both are lame.
Continue to build my own retirement account.
Absolutely. You need to be doing baby step 4 when you get there, when you're out of debt and have your emergency fund in place. Following the baby steps, you need to be putting 15% of your income aside for retirement. And then all of the employer-funded things are just going to be gravy on a really nice large biscuit that you build.
Gotcha.
And I think both are going to be there. They're just underperforming products compared to good mutual funds and a Roth.
Yeah, but for some people, like we had a caller, 9%
mandatory
was going in mandatory, and so you cut it in half. So 4.5%, 5% went to the 15% rule.
Exactly. But in his case, he's not putting anything.
So you don't need to.
It's
so
just a
full
quote,
15%. Yep.
A quote unquote benefit, which is very weird because in the old days, when I first started the show 30-something years ago, almost 40 years ago, the pensions were everywhere. 70% of the companies had a pension. Now, I think it's like 4% of the companies have a pension. It's very unusual to find an actual pension anymore, unless it's government.
I was going to say more so government, yeah.
Yeah, you see teacher pensions and union pensions and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But actual corporate America has just about done away with them because they're difficult to manage. They're highly regulated. It's very hard to make them work in terms of managing them for the benefit of your employees. But many do, and they seldom completely collapse. I mean, you've got some pensions, some of the state pensions are in trouble that are being run very poorly. Illinois, your pension sucks because your government sucks. They're horrible at managing money. And as an example, I'd be scared to death if I was dependent on that one.
Yeah.
But now and all you got to do is just Google, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, there's a lot of states that are so poorly run, the actual state is creating a horrible pension product. But, or municipalities, the same thing, your local city government for your police pension or whatever. You got to look at that kind of stuff and make sure it's solid. But even if it is or isn't solid, I'm still going to go build my own biscuit, and then whatever this stuff is just the gravy on it. And that's going to put you in a good position where you're never really worried about that. And then you don't say, well, the mine closed and the pension collapsed and Grandpa ain't got no money. You don't want to be that guy. That's the guy we're not going to be.